Hello students, in this video I am going to share with you similarities and differences between bryophytes and pteridophytes. Students, plant kingdom is classified into two major categories, that is flowering plant or non-flowering plant. Flowering or seed-bearing plants are of two types, that is gymnosperm and angiosperm, while non-flowering and non-seed-bearing plants are mosses and ferns. Students, as plants which do not produce flowers and seeds are further classified as mosses and ferns. Mosses or bryophytes are simplest plants, having no true roots but rhizoids for anchorage and grow in the damp terrestrial land. While ferns are the pteridophytes which have leaf finely divided into small parts, proper roots and underground stem. They grow in damp and shady places. While pteridophytes are specially considered as the first land plants containing xylem and phloem tissues, they are also called botanical snakes or the reptiles of the plant kingdom, as they evolved after bryophytes, which are said to be as botanical amphibians or amphibians of the plant kingdom. Both of them are important from nature's point of view as they play their vital role in maintaining the ecological balance. Students, liverworts, hornworts, and mosses are the example of bryophytes. These are non-vascular plants. That means they do not contain xylem and phloem tissues. You can see in the images that Markensia, that is thallus-like plant body, is represented by liverworts, and hornwort is represented by anthocyrose. And name hornwort is given due to presence of horn-like sporophyte, as you can see in the images. Both of these images are of anthocyrose. Students, so anthocyrose are known by their pseudo-elaters as well as horn-like sporophyte in the plant body. You can see here sphagnum as well as funaria. They are known as mosses. And the ferns are known by its common name moss plant. You can see in the images that in mosses, bryophyte have little bit differentiation like the higher plants. Students, spike mosses, club mosses, ferns and culverts are the examples of pteridophytes. They are termed as vascular plants as they contain xylem and phloem tissues. So you can see in the images that Slegionella is known as spike moss. Its common name is spike moss, and you can expect some question regarding common name of pteridophytes in your competitive exam. Spinulum anotinum is known as club moss, and Spinulum is the latest name of Lycopodium. Next is Isotes, that is known as quillwort, and Pteridium aquilum as well as Diplasium esculentum, they are known as ferns. Students, let's know similarities of pteridophytes with bryophytes. Both of these have terrestrial habits. Both have heteromorphic alteration of generation. Means in both bryophyte and pteridophyte, either gametophyte or sporophytic generation is dominate over the other. In pteridophytes, sporophyte is dominate over gametophyte, while in bryophyta, gametophytic generation is dominate over the sporophytic generation. Both have multicellular sex organs. Both show presence of cuticle in their cells. And sexual reproduction is oogamous type in both the bryophyte and pteridophyte. Male gamete are flagellated while female gamete are non-motile. Both show no siphonogamy, that is no formation of tube from the male gamete to reach the female gamete. Both show no separate asexual reproduction by spores as seen in algae and fungi. Students, asexual reproduction in both bryophyte and pteridophytes can take place by vegetative method but not by formation of spores. In both pteridophytes and bryophytes, water is very much essential for fertilization. And fertilization and embryo development is similar in both bryophytes and pteridophytes. Students, archegonia in both bryophytes and pteridophytes have neck and venters. In both groups, zygote is retained in the archegonia after fertilization, and young embryo is dependent upon the gametophytes. So these are the point of similarities between bryophytes and pteridophytes. Next is key differences between Bryophyta and Pteridophyta. Students, the body structure of bryophytes has leafy or thalloid plant body, while in pteridophytes, plant body is differentiated into roots, stems and leaves. No vascular system is present in Bryophyta, means xylem and phloem tissues are absent, whereas in pteridophytes, proper vasculature is present, which means xylem and phloem tissues are present. And students, a primitive type of vessels are also reported from the Selaginella, Equisetum, Marsilea as well as from the Pteris. And students, this is the important question from competitive point of view, that which pteridophytes show primitive type of vessels in them. No roots are present in bryophytes, instead rhizoids are there, while in pteridophytes true roots are present. Cells are haploid type in bryophyte and diploid cells are present in pteridophytes main plant body. No true stem or leaves are present in bryophytes, whereas pteridophytes have true root and stem as well as leaves. Students, archegonium and its formation are properly exposed and neck is formed of 6 rows of cell in bryophytes, while archegonium is partially embedded in pteridophytes and its neck have only 4 rows of cell. Students, it is favorite question of examiner in competition that how many rows of neck cell are present in bryophytes and in pteridophytes. Antheridium is stalked in bryophytes while in pteridophytes it is sessile. Bryophytes are homosporous, means they produce similar type of spores, whereas pteridophytes such as Selaginella, they are heterosporous, while the Equisetum, they are homosporous, means pteridophytes may be homosporous or heterosporous. In bryophytes, the gametophyte is dominating, whereas the sporophyte are dominating in pteridophytes. Students, gametophytes of bryophytes are always autotrophic and macroscopic, means they are capable of synthesizing their food in the presence of light, or they are larger in size, while in pteridophytes, gametophytes are either autotrophic or saprophytic, obtaining their nutrition from dead decaying organic matter and are extremely reduced or microscopic in structure. Students, you can easily recall the differences between bryophytes and pteridophytes through this chart. Plant body in bryophytes is of leafy or thalloid, as in Flunaria or Marchantia, while it is differentiated into true roots, stem and leaves in pteridophytes. Vasculature system. No vascular system is present in bryophytes, means it lacks xylem and phloem, while vascular system having xylem and phloem is present in pteridophytes. And phloems are without companion cells, while they contain only sieve cells. And this is important question for your competitive exams. Xylem lack xylem vessels, but primitive vessels may be present in Selaginella, Equisetum, Pteris as well as in Marsilea. Again, it may be asked in your competitive exams. Leaves. Leaves if present are microphyllous type in the bryophytes without any leaf cap, while in pteridophytes leaf may be microphyllous or macrophyllous with leaf caps. Roots in bryophytes, no true roots are there, instead rhizoids are there, while in pteridophytes true roots which help in anchorage are present. Archegonia and its formation. Archegonium is exposed in the bryophytes and its neck is formed of 6 rows of cells. Archegonium is partially embedded in pteridophytes and its neck has only 4 rows of cells. Again, it is important question for your competitive exams. Antheridium is stalked in bryophytes while it is sessile in pteridophytes. Dominating phase in bryophyte is gametophyte, which is haploid in nature, and both gametophyte and sporophyte are physically connected with each other. While in pteridophytes, sporophytic phase is dominating in life cycle and it is diploid in nature, and both bryophytes and both gametophyte and sporophyte are separate. Students, example of bryophytes are sphagnum, polytrichum, funaria, marchantia and ricea, while pteridophytes are xylotum, lycopodium, selaginella, pteris, angiopteris as well as adiantum. So that's all about similarities and difference between bryophytes and pteridophytes. I hope you understood these points. Thank you for listening.